Hello everyone, Zachman18 here. Welcome to the first episode of the Friday Show, for our new podcast that we're starting this year on the channel. Now, this is going to be a really short episode, and I'm going to explain why. I wanted to do an episode today, so we could at least say that we did an episode of the Friday Show on February 6th, and actually was able to keep track of our starting week schedule. And we were able to complete that. So I'm glad we were able to have all of our new shows uploaded. And I'm going to be looking forward to filming the rest of those, or more episodes of those, next week. This is only going to be a half-hour show, even though we've said that it's going to be usually an hour and a half or an hour 45. But the reason why it's only going to be only an hour and a half hour today is because Ben is not here today. His phone's dead. I've been trying to get a hold of him. And then I thought to myself, he's had a very busy week. I'm going to explain that in a little bit, and so have I. And I've got a lot of things to take care of offline as well. So this is only going to be a half-hour show today, so I'm planning to end this at around 8:05 to 8:06. I would usually announce when these are going to be on, but since this is such a short show, there's really no point of you guys watching this live. So, and we're doing this through Google Plus because we tried doing it through Screencast yesterday, and that did not go very well whatsoever. The audio was just being really weird through my screen recorder. So we're going to do it through Google Plus because it's a lot easier to just do a podcast over Google Plus. And sorry if my voice cracks a little bit. I have been talking a lot today. Anyways, so Ben has moved to a new house, and he's going to talk about it in the next episode next Friday when he is actually here with us. And so it's just been a very, very busy week with him. He's missed a couple days of school because of his moving situation, and he's still trying to figure out his internet system, I think. So I'm not going to be keep badgering him to get online and do the show with me. So because I'm just I'm not that kind of person. So I just want to get it over with. So this is just going to be kind of a minimal episode, like I've said. We're just going to be kind of looking through some topics this week. First things first, I just want to talk about my San Francisco trip. It was very, very fun. I plan to post some pictures this weekend from my San Francisco trip for you guys. I ended up meeting a celebrity named Michael Rooker. You guys probably know him as Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy and Merle from The Walking Dead. We met him at Alcatraz, and he is one of the nicest people that I've ever met. He was really funny to talk to. And we had a lot of fun meeting the guy. He was pretty cool. So we ended up singing for him. It was a lot of fun. We went to Alcatraz. We went to Six Flags. And we went to Grace Cathedral and toured around Chinatown. And we went to go see Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is one of the most amazing musicals that I've ever seen. I would show it to you, but since this is a podcast, it's not going to be on. I'm not going to be turning my video on because I don't have my video enabled right now. This is also my first live broadcast on Google Plus in like 6 months, I believe, through my own channel. So I don't have to have Eric recording the streams anymore, thank goodness, because it was just such a hassle to have him do that. But I appreciated him doing that, so thank you, Eric. So yeah, San Fran was fun. Pictures will be coming up this weekend. Next, I'm going to talk about really quickly just the Super Bowl. The ending, man, I was so disappointed. We watched it as we were coming back from San Francisco, and we ended up watching it through somebody's 4G LTE connected network or something like that. And we watched it, and it was a very great game, don't get me wrong, but the last part of the game was just so unbelievably dumb. I'm trying to find the right word for it. I'm just going to say dumb for it because it was just such a bad call on the Seahawks' part. You had a timeout. You had plenty of time to run in. It was only second down. So I mean, I wish it would have gotten a little more exciting than that. But anyways, that's pretty much it for that. The commercials were really good. I thoroughly enjoyed the commercials quite a bit. Let me actually look up some of the commercials here while I'm talking about this. My favorite commercial, though, there was one that wasn't on TV, but they had a new one for the commercial. I am a huge fan of the Matthew McConaughey Lincoln commercials, so it was pretty awesome seeing that they're continuing to make those, because I'm a big fan of those commercials. So go check that out on YouTube. We have, okay, so I'm going to try to get a list of the best commercials here. And I watched the Katy Perry halftime show. We weren't able to watch it on the bus, so I watched it. Super Bowl 2015. Okay, there we go. My favorite one that was on TV was the Liam Neeson Clash of Clans commercial. That one just made me laugh so much. I'm a big Liam Neeson fan, and I know a lot of my friends do play Clash of Clans. So that was a pretty special commercial to watch. So, and the Budweiser one with the dog. I thought it was, for a second, I thought it was the same one that they had last year with all the cute puppies, but it was just one puppy in an army of horses. It was still very cute, but maybe they'll have a different concept this year. I love the puppies, but you got to have a different concept. You got to make something uniquely new for a commercial. Let's see. We have the Doritos commercial, which is good. Let's see. Oh yes, the Kim Kardashian T-Mobile commercial. That one I found a little more stupid. I'm just not a big fan of Kim Kardashian at all. I don't like who she is, and the snootiness out of her. So I guess that's what you could get close to it. Oh yes, the Snickers commercial with the Brady Punch. That was awesome. With Danny Trejo and Steve Buscemi. That was really awesome. Let me see here. Oh, and finally we have the Nationwide commercial, which was so surprising to me because it's just so ridiculous how dark that commercial is. So basically what happens in this Nationwide commercial is this kid who is getting picked on by these people, and you know, he's a very imaginative kid, I guess you could call it. But then it gets to the point where it's just so depressing, and it literally shows a bathtub and literally probably like assuming that he maybe drowned himself in that pool. And it was just such a dark commercial, and I was just thinking to myself, geez, you got millions and millions and millions of people watching the Super Bowl. You want to put that? I mean, families are watching this, for God's sakes. You want to put a commercial like that on TV just to advertise Nationwide? I mean, come on. That was just ridiculous, in my opinion. But let me know what your guys' favorite Super Bowl commercial was in the comments below. If you guys watched the Super Bowl, I don't know why you wouldn't, because it's the best football game of the year. So, anyways, so the Super Bowl was good. Katy Perry halftime show, she sounded like she was out of breath for a lot of it, but she did an okay job overall. I like the effects on it. I love Katy Perry. She's one of my favorite female singers of all time. So next up we have, let's see, we've talked about Ben moving. I have a list over here of stuff. Oh yes, this is going to be a segment that we're going to do every week on the Friday show, and that is called Steam This Week. Ben and I are very avid users of Steam. I don't know if that's the right word for that, but basically we'll be looking at all the main new releases of the week on Steam. So let me see if I can get a list here. I'm going on the Steam store right now. I was actually really close, and while I pick this up, I just want to mention that I was almost going to be canceling the episode this week because he was not responding back, but whatever. Okay, so basically I'm just going to be kind of looking at some of these Steam things, I guess you could call it. So we've got a game called Grow Home, which is basically you play as a robot named Bud, and he's an animated robot. I'm just mainly just reading the description here on here, and it's made by Ubisoft, which is kind of random because I wouldn't think Ubisoft would make a game like this, but it's definitely interesting. So you get to create your own path through an alien world as you can control and ride a giant plant on a vertical journey to the stars. It actually looks quite adorable and very gorgeous to look at. It just seems like it's got a lot of charm to it. There's climbing, growing, and exploration, and so it's just kind of a very explorative game. Let's see what the thing is. So it's $8. It's only a 4-hour game, 3 or 4 hour game. But you know, it looks pretty good. Like, it looks very adorable. So you know what? I'm gonna put that on my wish list because I believe that game can be pretty good. I'll have to read some more reviews on it. We've got Death Trap. I don't know what Death Trap is. It's a tower defense game with strong action RPG elements. It's a game of vicious tricks, killing machines, rotating blades, and splattering blood. So pretty much a summary of every video game that is out in the market right now. It looks pretty cool. It's another one of those strategy type games. Beyond the Veil is a tower defense game. Okay, wait, I already read that. So it's got a truly unique mixture of tower defense games and action RPGs. You and your traps against the whole other world, team with other heroes to save the world together with a cooperative campaign. That's pretty cool. That seems pretty interesting. I'll have to maybe do some more research on that. All right, let's see what else we got here. We have Castle in the Darkness. It says, Castle in Darkness is a fun and challenging shout out to the early days of video games. It's an action exploration platformer with some RPG elements, much like games from Castlevania or Metroid. I like the sound of that already. It's super fast-paced, challenging, and full of secrets. And I know Shovel Knight was definitely became popular last year. I never played it. I know it's on like everything now: 3DS, Wii U, PC, everything. So I might get it. I don't know. I've just never been really interested in it. So if you guys have played Shovel Knight, let me know. Let me know how it is, because I'd be really interested. We got Darkest Dungeon. Going back in the list a little bit. It's a challenging gothic roguelike turn-based RPG about the psychological stresses of adventuring. Recruit, train, and lead a team of flawed heroes against unimaginable horrors, stress, famine, disease, and the ever-encroaching dark. Can you keep your heroes together when all hope is lost? So it's kind of a very suspenseful RPG game. So that's basically the main layout of games. If I missed a game that you guys wanted me to talk about, I'm sorry. That's just I'm just looking at the main list of popular releases this week. I'll mention a couple more here. We've got Sunless Sea. Take the helm of your steamship and set sail for the unknown. Basically, kind of another exploration discovery game, I guess you could call it. We got Wickland. It's an indie arena shooter, heavily inspired by classic FPS games of the 90s. Morph into 8 deadly beasts. Wait, what the heck? I gotta click on this. This sounds cool. Okay, that's kind of cool. Probably be another one I'll have to further research into. Pixel Heroes. We got just kind of another main pixel game. I want to talk about a little bit about a couple games that I wanted to mention, and I think I have 3 to talk about. Yes, we have, first off, the one that's pretty big so far this start of the year is the PC long-awaited version of Grand Theft Auto 5. I've kind of lost hope for this because, well, mainly it's going to take a powerful computer to run, from what I've been reading. But I'm just not sure. I've had a history with pre-ordering stuff and it not turning out to be really good. And this has been through digital downloading in my past 2 years of Steam. That's only happened about a couple times with some games. So I don't want to do it again, and mainly because this is a $60 game. So you can pre-order GTA 5 by March 9th and get $1 million in game plus a bonus $300,000. So basically bribing you for all this stuff. Oh, they'll get you money to start off with, and Apparently, it might come. What I heard is that it came with San Andreas. I guess from what it looks like they got rid of that. It's going to be coming out March 24th. Not even sure if that's going to be the actual release date because they've been delaying it so many times. It was actually supposed to come out at the end of last month, but it never did. So, okay, so that's Grand Theft Auto 5. What else do I have? I have that one I want to save for last. What was the other one? Oh, yes. Robot Roller Derby Disco Dodgeball. My favorite, one of my favorite games of the year last year. It's still in early access right now, but this month, actually in 10 days from now, right? Let me check that. Oh, 2 weeks from today. 2 weeks from today, or 2 weeks from yesterday, I should say, we will have the full game released for it, and Ben and I will be playing that a lot. So we'll probably do videos on that. And we've got a surprise interview that might have something to do with the game. That's all I'm going to say now, but me and Ben are going to be having an interview that may have something to do with that game. So just stay tuned for that. I've been talking to the person who I want to interview, and they seem pretty interested. So I'm really looking forward to it, as well as Ben. So stay tuned for that. I might be saying a lot because Ben's not here. This is just kind of awkward that I'm doing my own solo thing here. Oh, yes, I wanted to mention this before I mentioned this last other thing. I have heard today that there is a Legend of Zelda live-action series coming to Netflix. Now, I haven't really done a whole lot of research in this, but it sounds really stupid, and I don't know why they would do this. Let's see. Let me bring up the first article I find here on Google here. Netflix is developing a live-action Legend of Zelda series. It's in the works right now. It's going to be about Zelda. It's going to be about Link, who must rescue a princess named Zelda and save a fantasy world called Hyrule. Said a person familiar with the matter. Netflix is describing it as Game of Thrones for a family audience. What? Well, I would say like Skyrim, maybe, from what I've seen from the couple episodes of Game of Thrones. It's very protective of anime. Legend of Zelda series ran for just one season in 1989. But is this a rumor? Yeah, it's confirmed. Yeah, is in the works. So I guess we're just gonna have to learn more information about it before I decide whether or not I should watch it. I'll probably check it out like the first couple episodes. But the last thing I want to talk about, well, firstly, before we get to that last topic, we have just channel stuff coming up. I know you guys have been enjoying all of our new shows this week, and I really, really, really appreciate it. I've got a Valentine's Day special. We're gonna be playing a game that has everything to do with love, and I've been really, really pumped to play it, especially since it's been very popular on YouTube. So I'm really looking forward to playing it. I've heard it's short, so we'll be able to do it in one little Game & Watch Valentine's Day special, I guess you could call it. So I'm really looking forward to playing that. We've got Let's Plays coming back maybe this weekend. I'm like 10% sure that it's going to be this weekend, and that's pretty low. I'm still thinking about what I want to do with Spin for a Million. I know I promised you guys it, but I still need to talk with Alex. I want to maybe see if I can try to maybe talk to him Sunday morning. So Larry 4009, if you're watching this, I think we need to just finalize some stuff because I still don't have a really like intro, just a plain intro for it. So I'm not quite sure where that is sitting right now. I may end up just shorting up the amount of episodes in that because I'm really not sure how good that's going to be. I don't want it to be a train wreck for it to return. Part of me is really excited that the show is coming back, but another part of me is like, is it going to be as good and classic as it was before? I mean, this is just kind of a reboot, and I'm not a fan of reboots. When it comes to reboots, I hate them. But I don't know. We'll see. just I'm not saying that it's not going to happen. It is going to happen. I want it to happen because I know we worked so hard on making that petition a thing, but that's kind of a shot in the dark for whether or not it's going to be this month. So I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that's it for that. Let's Play's coming soon. I want to start Deadpool because I've been wanting to play Deadpool. I'm not going to play Fahrenheit because Connor and I have just been playing that, and it's too inappropriate for the channel. I think. Which leads me to my next topic. Actually, this is going to be our final topic of the night, and that is the game Hatred. You guys may have heard of this, but it is a video game coming out by an indie group in Poland. I live in Poland. Destructive Creations is their name, and it's rated AO, adults only, which is actually pretty surprising because there are not a whole lot of AO games. Adults only is higher than M-rated, and the trailer is quite graphic, and it was able to be greenlit on Steam. But now that they've gotten the AO rating, they're not sure whether or not it's gonna be on Steam. They still need to kind of maybe work things out with Valve, because I know Gabe Newell helped them kind of figure everything out there, because there's really only about 20, 25, 30 games that have the AO rating, and Hatred is one of those. So basically, it focuses on a character, on this antagonist character who goes on this big, massive shootout. He's just kind of a mass killer who has a big hatred of life itself, I guess. There's really not a whole lot to the story so far, so I don't really know what's important about the story. But I'm just going to kind of read off what his lines were in the first trailer. He says, "My name is not important. What is important is what I'm going to do. I just bleepin' hate this world." I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that on the show unless I have a reason to. "And the human worms feasting on its carcass. My whole life is just cold, bitter hatred, and I always wanted to die violently. This is the time of vengeance, and no life is worth saving, and I will put in the grave as many as I can. It's time for me to kill, and it's time for me to die. My genocide crusade begins here." So when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh man, this is looking pretty violent, and it's very disturbing." But this is the second game in history to get an AO rating for only violence and harsh language. There is supposedly going to be no sexual content, like powerful sexual content in the game, but it's only getting an AO rating because of the violence and harsh language. So if you want to, if you're afraid of uber violence, don't watch it, but look up the Hatred game trailer. Maybe I'll put it in the description below, as well as some of the other topics I talked about today. So I don't know, we'll see. But I have pre-ordered it because I support the video game. It's free speech. I support free speech, and I'm really interested in seeing how far the game can go. And I think it's going to be really funny to have Ben and Connor and I just all be in this room to react to it. Will I record it? I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know. No. Yeah, I think we're just not going to record it because I'm already thinking that it's going to be way too violent for me to post on YouTube. I mean, we're going to be starting to use a little bit of language in our videos because we find it really hard to not say to not shout something out loud, and we've had problems with that before. But I feel like that's just not who we are, but we're not big swearers, me and Ben. We only need to swear if we absolutely need to, if we're just absolutely angry and like raging about something in the news or something like that. But if you ever hear us using a swear word, if you're offended by swear words, just, I don't know. It's not going to happen often, but I'm just warning you right now that it could happen a lot more, because the whole point of this show is to have us just casually, just kind of sitting back, just having a regular conversation. And if there's something that just kind of drives us over the edge, we might just end up slipping out a word. So, but just keep that in mind. Anyways, back to Hatred. I've only got about 5 minutes left for this first episode. I have pre-ordered Hatred. I got a free T-shirt since I was like one of the first people to pre-order. So I guess maybe I'll wear that for one of my videos. I don't think it'd be a good thing to wear to school though, for sure. Unless I have my code over it and I just want to show it to some of my friends. But so I don't know. I'm really interested in seeing how far this game can go when it comes to violence, because for it to be getting an AO rating for just those two things is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with it. I think that's pretty much it. Other than that, I just want to mention that anytime in the comments now for this show, you guys can leave questions for me and Ben to answer in the comments below. It can be about our channels. It can be about pretty much anything. And if you want us to talk about something that happened in the news or any of the media or anything like that, or game show wise, we'll talk about it. So just leave a comment below or ask us questions in the comments below this video, and we'll be glad to answer them. And hopefully we can get to everybody's questions. It'll be kind of like a return of one of my older shows, Ask the Zachman 18, except it'll be with Ben as well. And hopefully we'll be able to get Ben on next week. I am more than certain that we'll be able to, because I think he'll be good and settled by the time we get to that point. So I'm really excited to see where this show is going to go. I think it's going to be a great just kind of relaxation time. This is not meant to be a very professional looking show, as you kind of been hearing for the past half hour. I've been saying quite a bit today, because I'm basically just talking to you guys about the news and what my thoughts are about the news. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and I hope you guys are enjoying all of our other series. And if you have any suggestions for Wii Wednesdays, games to play for Wii Wednesdays, let us know what you guys want us to do for there too. So basically the comments below Friday shows are just going to be kind of a main suggestion type thing. So you can suggest what stuff we want to talk about. You can suggest further games for me to play, whether it be on Wii, 3DS, or PC, because those are the three that I have. And I don't plan on getting a Wii U for a while, but that's going to be another conversation for another Friday show probably. So let's leave questions in the comments below, and we will be glad to answer them for you. And I think that is going to pretty much do it. We're in the next episode, we'll probably be talking about a couple movies, the movies that are coming out this year, and I'll kind of give Ben a recap of what we talked about, and he can probably share his thoughts, his little thoughts about the Super Bowl as well, and what's coming up on his channel as well. So go check them out, guys. Once again, Being the Machine, and I'll have our links probably in the description below if I remember to put them there. So I don't know. This has been a really busy week, and I apologize for not putting the annotations in all of the videos for the subscribe button, but I plan on working on that this weekend. So, anyways, I've got some stuff to do right now, so I'm gonna sign off for now. I just wanted to make sure that I would get this Friday show, this first Friday show, out of the way, so that way we can maintain our shows this week. This weekend, don't miss this weekend, don't miss a new episode of You Don't Know Jack 2015 on Sunday. And I just want to mention one more thing. Not all of our shows are going to be in 60 frames per second, unfortunately. Wii Wednesdays especially. It's still going to be in HD from the intro, but it's only going to work for games that I record through my screen recorder. So, but they'll still be able to. Most of them will still be able to 60 frames per second viewing, especially Minecraft and Team Fortress 2 and Trials. Those will all be for viewing in 60 frames per second, hopefully, throughout the year. I think YouTube just decides whether or not they want to have that video in 60 frames per second. And other than that, I think that is pretty much it. Oh, I just had some people. We're already having people. We had people comment. So we've got CMO Gamer saying hi, Zach. Hello to you. And we've got my good buddy Cam517 Giratina saying, hey, Zach, it's Cam. I'm enjoying the stream. Thank you very much, Cam. Hopefully your night's going pretty well. But we're gonna sign off now. But in the future, I'll be announcing when we're gonna be going live with the Friday show. so we can have more viewers for the show. But other than that, I think that's going to do it for our first episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this first episode, please give this video a big thumbs up. It helps out a lot. Also, hit that subscribe button. It helps out tremendously. And all of our social media links are down below in all of our videos. So please go like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Miiverse, because I'm starting to post. I'm starting to get back to posting stuff there now. So, anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this first episode. Once again, leave suggestions for stuff for us to talk about next week on the next Friday show, as well as suggestions for future Let's Plays and future Game & Watch episodes. And I'll see if maybe I can fulfill your hopes and dreams for your requests. So thank you all for watching. I hope you guys have a great weekend if you won't be sticking around on my channel for the weekend. And have a great rest of your Friday night. I love you all. And sorry for the fourth viewer that just came in. We're just going to be we're signing off now. But check back next week for another Friday show. It's going to be a lot longer than this. It's going to be we'll probably make it around an hour 45 minutes, since this one wasn't as long this week as we intended it to be, because we've just been really busy this week. So stay tuned for maybe a Game & Watch episode coming tomorrow. Not quite sure. I do have the special Layton versus Wright episodes that I just finished filming the other day. So those will be kind of uploading throughout this month, I guess you could say. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos. Have a great Friday night and a great weekend to all of you who are watching. And thanks for watching, everybody. Stay tuned tomorrow for some a new video. Maybe we might be doing a game show party tomorrow if I'm not busy. I want to get back to game show parties because I love doing those with you guys. So we'll see what happens. So thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Friday show for February 6th, 2015. I'm Zachman18. And 2015, did I say 2018? I probably did. I'm Zachman18. I am very tired. I'm a very tired YouTuber, and I am ready to sign off. So thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video coming soon. Good night, everybody.